I mean, now you got people sitting at a restaurant and, someone walks up, snatches their purse, and then steals their freaking car, bro. Like, I bet them people at that restaurant wish that the fucking police was sitting outside, right? What up, YouTube? It's your boy Jermaine, back with another video. So this situation happened like a week ago, and I was gonna make a video talking about this, but I was like, man, I don't even care. Like, it's just stupid. Like, who cares? And then I kind of noticed that this situation was kind of starting to pick up in like mainstream news. So I thought, yo, let's just jump on it. Let's make a video talking about it. I'll throw my 2 cents in. So if you guys don't know what happened, so this happened about like a little bit more than a week ago. A couple San Francisco police officers walked into this restaurant. I will not say the name of this restaurant in this video because like I just don't want anything taken. I don't want anything blown out of proportion or anything. But if you want to know the name of the restaurant, it's, you could probably find it if you Google San Francisco police officers thrown out of a restaurant. So they go into the restaurant, sit down, and then people ask them to leave because they are dressed in a uniform and they have, a gun on. They have a gun on them, right? Because most police officers have guns on them, right? So they was asked to leave. And ever since this story has been going on, one thing I have noticed, I haven't heard really anyone defending the restaurant. I told one friend in person about this situation, and then the friend was like, yeah, the cops shouldn't go there. I don't know, that friend was a little on the extreme side, but that's not the most important part. I would say the most insane part about this whole story was this was clearly discrimination, okay? Now, if you agree with the restaurant and if you think what the restaurant did is right, well, you would probably disagree with me and you would probably say that the restaurant did not discriminate. But when someone walks in and you say that we can't serve you because what you're wearing, that is discrimination, okay? Now, I know some people want to say, well, what about when you go to a club, right? And they say you can't come in because you have a hoodie. Well, I mean, that could very well be, discrimination, but that's not what we're talking about in this video. That did not go viral. I mean, I think people understand when you go to certain clubs, you have to, wear different outfits, but going to a restaurant and, just because you have a uniform on and you also have a gun, like that's a problem. Well, let's just talk about something else that's going on here. Pretty sure most people know that San Francisco is a very lawless place. Crime is just very rampant. You can go to CVS. I can literally go to CVS with this backpack. I can fill up the whole backpack full of stuff and I can just clearly walk out. If a security guard touched me, I can just go call a lawyer and be like, yo, this security guard harassed me and blah, blah, blah. Literally, this place is completely lawless. If I go to a store and there's no police officer there, I'm gonna be like, okay, cool, there's no cop. But if I go to a store and I see a cop there, I'm actually gonna feel a little bit better about going in that store because I don't know, like people might go in and steal a whole bunch of shit and like, it might be a fight break out in there. I don't know what might happen, but if I just see a cop at the front door, like I'm just gonna keep it real. I'm just gonna feel a little bit better about going inside, right? Especially with how crime has been going on now. I mean, now you got people sitting at a restaurant and, someone walks up, snatches their purse, and then steals their freaking car, bro. Like, I bet them people at that restaurant wish that the fucking police was sitting outside, right? Because if the police was sitting outside, probably no one would have, why would you go take someone's purse when the police are sitting there, right? You're gonna go look for an easy target. You're gonna go look for someone where there's no police around. So, there's that argument. But then there's also the argument that, like, that people literally hate the police so much that, like, anything that happens to the police, whatever it is, it's always, it's always the police's fault. They shouldn't have their uniforms on. They should not have their guns on. But once again, like, that's just like telling the person that works at the post office, well, you can't come in because you got a uniform on. We don't want uniformed people, like, in our establishment. Also about this restaurant, if you go look at the Yelp reviews, like right after this whole story went viral in San Francisco, their Yelp page pretty much got shut down because so many people were going and leaving like comments on the Yelp page. Now, I don't know, I'm kind of curious about how the comments got on the Yelp page. Some people say it was all the cops, but maybe it wasn't just cops. Maybe it was just people that really just did not like that restaurant, because when that restaurant went viral, people found out a lot of information about this particular restaurant. And I think when people found out a lot of this information about this restaurant, it just made people not like the restaurant even more, on top of what they did to these cops. So this was one of those restaurants, like, they charge like an extra service fee, and it's for like more money to the employees. Like, there's all these different fees, and whenever I go to a restaurant and they charge an extra service fee and it says it's going to the employees, I'm really not that big of a fan of a restaurant like that. I'm thinking, why won't you just raise the prices on the menu versus to charge me an extra fee on top of, there's already tax, there's tip, and then there's this extra fee to pay the employees more. Well, why won't you just go up on the price? I mean, I don't know. Different restaurants operate differently, but like, I'm just not a fan of a restaurant that like, it's got to be you got to pay the people more. Like, why won't you just go up on the prices, right? I mean, I can totally understand the perspective that you don't want guns in your restaurant, but I think when most people hear that, they kind of think about San Francisco and how wicked the city is, right? There's all this crime going on, right? Just right outside, there's all this crime going on, but yet there's a restaurant that says we don't want guns in our establishment. As if the police are just gonna walk around shooting people, right? Look, I'm not making this stuff up here. Like, I don't know. I mean, people got different perspectives. Maybe something happened to someone back in the day. Maybe the police, chased them and beat them up, so they're just terrified, so they just don't want the police around. I don't know, but they also said that the restaurant was a safe place. So if the restaurant was a safe place and you're saying that you don't want the police around with all this crime that's going on in the city, what exactly is that's doing? That's telling every criminal, look, we don't want the police here. That's like, I mean, I don't know. Like, this story is just insane. Like, I'm just curious, if that restaurant calls the police for help, would the police be in any hurry to get to that restaurant? Or would the police take their sweet ass time to get there? Because the police know that, look, this restaurant don't even want you here, no way. I mean, it seems like you're kind of opening up, this amazing map for criminals to say, oh yeah, that's the place to go. I don't know. This is just what I'm thinking about, because I just think that that's just so insane that you freaking kick the police out just because they got guns. Chances are, when they went there, it probably wasn't busy. It was probably like in the middle of the daytime. Like, I don't know for sure what time they went there, but it's just another insane San Francisco story. I know a lot of people probably are watching this video from outside the U.S. and you're probably like, damn, San Francisco is really a crazy place. Look, it's not that crazy. There's really nice neighborhoods. There's really chill places. It's not like as crazy as, it is, but let me tell you, a lot of crazy stuff happens. I mean, stuff that's so crazy, like you have all this crime going on, and you also have restaurants that say, we don't want the police in our restaurant. I'm not making this stuff up. I can't make this stuff up. I mean, this stuff is just all out in the open. San Francisco is literally a zoo with animals walking around, and the people are the animals, right? But to some people that live here, the people are actually animals, because people and animals are the same thing. I don't know. Anyway, I'm out. It's just San Francisco. This is how it is around here. But comment, subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Peace out, yo.